100, 200. Until kakra account mo. But or the many people invest because onim or chinasem. Until or the two what said the an emergency fund sort of. Into say BBNia, then I can rely on that. But say nipano for example, or bear 5,000 cedis on the account one. How do you segregate that 5,000 and make sure say the person is able to invest some?
Okay. Into we be a friend in diversification. We have a saying, say we don't put all your eggs in one basket.
One basket.
Yes. Into the way we can, we have what we call building a portfolio. Into before I answer this question, apart from stocks, now we mentioned T-bills. You will be a friend in mutual funds.
Okay.
The mutual funds, let me say, you're a new investor, invested. You have not. Maybe this is the first time you're listening to me. In fact, on stocks in Poda. Right away, it's not advisable over 5,000 cities now. They are called stocks, maybe because you may not buy the right one, and now you lose your money. So, what be a friend in mutual funds? Mutual funds, are professionally managed funds by professional institutional investors. They have the expertise and measures. So, remember, they will split some into treasury bills. Some will be out of stocks. Some will be out of bonds. Some will be out of different things. It's by the time, and in the end, you may not get as high as an interest rate as 70%, 100% interest rate. Maybe you may have 20%, 25% a year for a start. See, you can start with mutual funds. Mutual funds, there are different types of mutual funds. There are ones that will be they call them balanced funds. I don't know, you get a higher interest rate, but at the same time, so it's a bit more risky. Because once in investment, you have what we call risks and return. So the higher the risk, the more the return. The lower the risk, the less the return. And they have lower risks, and then they have government security like treasury bills. And so that's why I don't know, interest rates are a bit lower. For new investors, maybe you don't want stress, you don't want that stress with regards to maybe you don't know whether I have to buy this stock or buy that stock. Just go straight for treasury bills and you are fine.
But let us a bit into this mutual fund thing. Most of people know say me call banker a deposit and withdrawal. Say or person or to mutual fund or be coin.
A person may advert my bank.
No, so bank is bank. So you don't. There's no specific bank.
I say there were commercial banks. They name as banks, Mostly they are called commercial banks.
Yes.
And we have investment banks.
Okay.
Into commercial banks usually don't have mutual fund options.
Okay.
Unless the bank also has an investment bank.
Okay.
You say person advert my bank, but let's say it this way. Banks, the bank that you know, they have an investment called fixed deposit investment.
Okay.
And also, it's also a safe type of investment. And that's how it works. We catch your bank and say, oh, maybe I have, say, 5,000 cedis. So you have 5,000 cedis in your account. Open somebody a fixed deposit amount. So they'll ask you, okay, do you want to invest for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and then 1 year? Now, open one month. This is your interest rate. Open 3 months. This is your interest rate. Or 6 months. You now want interest rates. This is as you can amount for 6 months. Some say maybe 5% some of them out. At the end of the 6 months, you go and pick your money and your interest rate. No profit na account. That's all you are going. Into bank BR can do fixed deposits for you. Okay, mutual fund there just say we call investment companies.
Okay.
Or investment banks. Those are investment, but not more mutual funds. But usually commercial banks, some of them have their investment bank. So we'll catch on so person your mutual fund. Or my director also call we and I say call we.
Okay.
Not my amount.
Okay. So but the mutual fund, how does that also work? And also a high risk and also a low risk.
Okay. Into young technical a little bit. Mutual funds are different types of mutual funds. Into your type invest more into government securities.
Okay.
I don't know, those ones are lower risk. It's maybe all the 70% are thought treasury bills, not the 30% are thought stocks are. That is lower risk. There will be a moderate 50% are thought treasury bills, only 50% are thought stocks, and they are higher risk. Now, what will be a rough one to only 100% of Sikani are thought stocks by different companies. Into these three I mentioned, as you are moving to the last one, it's more risky. Into the equity one or the stocks one is the riskiest. Because stocks and to say normal investment, right? For example, give an example, say MTN stock price, is 420 pesos. If and there, MTN stocks, then 420 pesos, then Ochina call 4 cedis, it means that we'll lose you 20 pesos. But Oton and there, now call 5 cedis, you've gained 70 pesos. Sana stocks there. They're more different. But treasury bills, any fixed deposit, as long as Udi Sika 2 and they tell you that at the end of the period you get this amount of money, that is what you get. And I don't know.
And he said, who compare friend saying T-bill, any mutual fund now who can. Which one should be the ideal? Say, me Mesika Bako investment bank sort of wanting to buy a mutual fund. Now, me say mutual scanner me kono. They are also going to buy maybe a government security, maybe or the top bond and a T-bill within the government side. What is the difference between myself doing it from my bank, say, I mean, T-bill, 100% T-bill, any mutual fund? What is the difference?
The difference is say there will be a friend no inflation. So inflation is sometimes we talk about it in the news. Inflation, yes. Inflation then in fact we're making it simple. Inflation means that maybe last year or last 2 years, we're talking K 4 cedis. Now, say we're talking K 5 cedis. It means that we see cannot lose value by 1 cedi. It means that you need more money,
yes, to
buy what you used to buy. That's what inflation means. And see, there will be find a real interest rate. Now, the reason why you're a new investor, you've not invested before, treasury bills is good. Mutual funds are good. But the problem is, I think treasury bill rates, I think it's hovering around, also actually it was 91 days, it was 182 days, and it was 1 year. So 1 year, it's more you get usually is the 3 months, 6 months there. 1 year there. The last time we had auction, they didn't do the 1 year own. And they had 64 days.
Yes.
Into the when you had 91 days, why did 82 days there? And then 3 months and then 6 months.
Yes.
Into the rate is hovering between 10 to 15%. What's the last time we check it? Because I mean, treasury bills, we check it rates. Because rates number from it was during about 2 years ago. Now rates went.
Of course, I think it got about 28%.
Hey, of course, I don't dare. Of course, I share out too. But at that same time, inflation was very high.
Yes.
Into check here, inflation or any treasury bill rate, the work they had. Inflation in bad form, treasury bill rate is so bad form. Into if you want to know the real rate it's all subtract inflation from your treasury bill rate. That is your real interest. Just say subtract is about 2 or 3%. In China, it doesn't motivate me say, but at the same time, for somebody who has not invested before, you don't know any investment options. It's better to invest in treasury bills than to keep your money in savings accounts. Because at least BB was so.
Okay.
Because whether we invest here or not invest here, inflation is acting on your money. Because you can lose value. So it's better to still invest so you gain value on your money. But on say BBR on start class 1 and so call class 2.
Yes.
Or class 3 and you advance in life. Investment is about knowledge. The more you are advancing in your knowledge, then you are going to more things. If your risk is okay, it will be back at yourself. They're starting investment. Maybe I'm going straight to stocks because I can handle it. But I don't know, maybe or checking the bottom more. If he loses 1,000 cedis, and so he wants to use that 1,000 cedis to learn how to invest in stocks. If he can lose everything, he's okay. It's depending individual by individual basis.
So I want you to advise my listeners. So for be a 1 year investment today, but I will schedule account them. Sasikano or the ato. So maybe me bua me sikano because maybe me the true demo kronfobet me ababe. Intimate the bank. You see that person who fan to treasury bill.
As a beginner, treasury bill, there are 3 things with my year as beginner. Treasury bills, mutual funds, and fixed deposits. They are good for beginners.
What you can do, you walk to your bank.
Walk to your bank
and tell them, say, when I'm a person here.
We not person a year. But treasury bill, usually the banks, they don't want to do less than, depending on bank, maybe what relationship with them, but usually they don't want to do less than 500,000. Because on usually year, they will tell you, say, you can't top up. The only amount, that's what you are doing. So if maybe you say maybe 1,000 is not every month, but now the BB can count one. You can't do that. Some banks don't allow that. Some banks do, but usually most banks don't allow that.
Okay.
Fixed deposit and so the same thing. What you are giving to them, no, and one you are using for the investment period. But for mutual funds, that's the advantage. And you only have coins can cry, and you can always send it to them and top it up. Into months be now the count. So you are done.
Obia pay interest between mutual fund and T-bill. The interest rate high.
Usually, once a mutual fund are 3 types. So we kaya.
Yes.
They may say there. So usually, typically, the rate of mutual funds are higher than T-bills, unless maybe the economy changes to the war 2 years ago. T-bills call
can we have a situation, because people are afraid of investment, because we in this country they find haircuts, they down cuts, they punky Joe, and people who want to invest are thinking, is there a situation where you can invest, for example, in stock, you can totally even lose your investment?
Yes, you can lose 100% of your investment. At the same time, so me are gaining 100% of your investment. Now, Mami addresses something kakra before me to also. Haircut is C, it was a haircut on bonds. Bonds also a type of government security. Bonds. Haircuts, and see what treasury bill also.
Okay.
See what bonds pay. Inti, if you are somebody, so because of that, some people up to now, who bonds are journey. They will never invest in bonds because they are afraid of the AC. After that one, it's a personal decision. But about treasury bills, typically, it didn't have that issue. It's if you're somebody you are afraid of investment, which my treasury bills, and the bit my now about interest, I'll bet like you were saying, mutual funds will give you higher than treasury bills. With stocks, the problem with stocks, and I say, out of the 3, the one that can give you the most interest, like I was saying that last year in the Ghana Stock Exchange, when him say your companies they made over 100% interest.
Yes.
Over 100% interest. What would you benefit from 100% interest? At the same time, treasury bills, I think, mutual funds input. So at the end of the year, one of the funds by a well recognized investment company, it went to around 18%, 20% at the end of the year. Well, top 10 companies of Ghana Stock Exchange, 70%, 80%. SIC, someone named SIC. SIC overhit over 80%. A lot of the companies, into Benso Oil Palm Plantation.
Yes.
All these companies are there. They are doing very well. Into share. Is the risk worth it? So be someone. Do you have the appetite for the risk? If you have the appetite,
I can buy a stock. So, for example, I can buy a stock today, and by the next year, now company is unable to declare profit. There's a situation that me sikana me dia kwakushe skanashi. Is that what it is?
Not exactly. I mean, one say, auto stock and there, right? After declaring of profits or declaring of loss, by your BBI friend or Securities and Exchange Commission, they are like the Bank of Ghana, they're a regulator for the investment companies. They regulate the investment industry in the country. So they are like what Bank of Ghana does for the banks.
Yes.
Now, by law, every company is supposed to post their profits. Every company listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange, they post their profits or their loss, so you get to know. So that's why you hear that. So what is sometimes anything you can post like they got this amount of profits. Yes, because they are mandated to do so. They have to report to their shareholders. But this is the other side. Now, there are 2 ways you get money from stocks. There are 2 ways. First one, very called capital gains. Second one, they are dividends. Into capital gains means what or MTN stock 4 cedis. They say I call 5 cedis. Into means that on every stock when you're 1 cedi, so if or 1,000 stocks you've got 1,000 cedis. It means that 10 stocks now, that's what you get. Whether MTN made a profit or they paid you dividends or whatever, you will still get that money.
Okay.
Because the share price rose in value.
Okay.
And then you find the capital gains.
Okay.
Now about dividends, it means that as a shareholder, company declare a profit. The shareholder, the company can say, okay, we are giving 3% to all shareholders. They should go and enjoy. So I know whether you sell your stocks and answer 1 ton of stocks, you have that opportunity to get it. Now,
no, wait. I don't get this. I am a shareholder, so I have a stock.
Yes.
Right. Maybe I'm at top 10% shares in MTN.
Any 10 shares?
Yeah, 10 shares in MTN. 10 shares in Amatono. At the end of the month, and I said year, no. MTN, so we've made losses. For example, we're making losses. That loss, I will meaning say I will not have any dividends in that year.
Yes, you can get dividends.
But does that losses invalidate my shares?
No, it doesn't. So even though the company can say that they didn't make a profit, the share price can still rise up. It means that if you want money, you have to sell your shares in order to get money. So let's say the 10 shares now or one. You say you have 10 shares, and then you move from 4 cedi to 5 cedi. Means that when you're 1 cedi per every share, it's 1 times 10 and then 10 cedis. It's 10 shares now. Or profit will be near 10 cedis. Internet say with shares, you have to buy more in order to get more profit.
Yes.
But this is the other side. One say so far, I can't say only about Ghana now. But what you say, listening to me right now, you go to matter US stocks, go to matter Facebook, which is Meta, go to matter Microsoft, go to matter Amazon, Netflix, all these companies are using on a regular. Which matter on the stocks and so. And some of these companies, they have been paying dividends regularly for 50 years consecutively, consistently, never broken in the US. So if its dividends are all pair, to say companies say Coca-Cola, they be one doing Coke. You can buy Coke. They've been paying dividends for 50 years consecutively, consistently. And I know we bet you in dollars. It's all Ghana now when you're alert. Your dividends are in. I can check when you're dollars.
How do we buy the stock then?
Stocks no. I say right now, TB I'm catching for say we are serious now. Some years ago, who person stocks over bro. Especially if you wanted to buy US stocks, just say unimobile worker and or you have a bank that can help you to buy stocks outside. It's a very long process. Okay, we need to the home mind you and say, see, their phone apps, you can do that. But let's take it 2 ways. Maybe you'll be on per phone or person call. You want to walk into an institution. Person you just go to Google, type in licensed dealing members on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Just type that in. They will give you the list of companies. There are companies like IC Wealth, Okohwa. Just check Google. They'll just go to the office on the board or stocks. But no, they are for only the Ghana Stock Exchange.
Okay.
Opesa will talk US stocks. You have to use an app called Bamboo. But Opesa will talk Ghana stocks. Just type in, like I said, licensed daily members on the Ghana Stock Exchange. We'll bring down the full list. There are more than 10 on that list. They have time for you. You go there when the market says you want to buy this. Just go with Ghana card. Then you go with utility bill. Then that's a proof of address. Then you go with your deposit. How much you want to start. Then they will take you through the process. No person using apps and so these companies now more the lessons, some of their own apps. And so they can even take you through how to buy it.
And how to monitor.
But saying the truth is that they will show you how to monitor. But monitoring it there, you still need to build up your own education because I'm going to share my what they do is that they will help you buy, they will help you sell. But the real monitoring the agent also.
Oh, okay.
It's now so pa.
Into your inability to monitor. No, I bet me I'm a baby for us here now.
I know the amper, but and also they say there are ways around it. So they say we are saying simple. On the apps, we will catch the app. They say maybe for example, who you man they be on your dad just say they be out check your phone say how's they doing. But see can they say on your time.
Because in Crophobia, you will have a map, be graph, be enough. You see, baby, a course of the baby, a buffum, bazaar.
But for those people, no, your friend of day traders. One say, invest in Ubia when you go of investments. You were day traders. Day traders, they are always monitoring the stock market. Until no matter what stocks and then by the end of the day, now at home. Which matter stocks and then by Friday now at home, and by Wednesday now at home. Those people are day traders. But the type of investment that most people do know, they are not day traders.
Okay.
They are long-term investors. For me like this, maybe not day trader. I believe in long-term investment.
Okay.
Those people who we do, and then they have Warren Buffett's philosophy. This is the philosophy. You are not buying a stock, you are buying a company. Be someone say, company now or turn products, no, are they likely to be around in the next 20 or 50 years? If they are likely to be around for a long time, then you know, okay, even if we be senior company in share price back from because in for penny products, no, most likely a better up. That is the philosophy. And you find the fundamental investment. And see, if you had that philosophy, I won't say, oh, maybe company B to say Amazon. On the share price in the next 10, 20 years, do you think Amazon still around? Most likely around. But say more people are even now buying things online.
Yes.
More than before. It's most likely around. Let's maybe BBC. Come with the crisis here, because that's when they even made more money. It's Netflix around the next 10, 20 years. Most likely around. Microsoft around the next 10, 20 years. So if you have that mindset and then say, oh, talk stocks because Obia thought they be otherwise you will lose money. Buying with the mindset and I'm not buying stocks may talk company.
Okay.
Once I'm buying a company, how will this company be in around the next 10, 20 years to get me money? So if you do that, when we say you will not just rush and buy companies be Obia thought.
And for a stockholder and as a shareholder of a company, if you are not getting your dividends, into some fans a few way say dividends, say I'm more be almost a friend recapitalization. In JB, I know company, you see, I get profit, all right, but we want to recapitalize into dividends will not be paid, so you will not get it. Into that money goes back into the company. How do you make sure that we shares now we keep in the company, shows up?
I know, dear, you can't do anything to make it show up. That's the thing. What's the share? Let's a perfect example. What did say last year? GCB said they were going to pay dividends. GCB Bank. I'm somebody to have dividends, and people were excited waiting for the dividends. And I think getting to the later part of the year, and I'm really see press notice Bank of Ghana has instructed them not to pay the dividend because of some issues that they had. But the share price of GCB increased more than 40% last year. And even though they didn't pay the dividends and you're disappointed, your share price still went up. And person will turn GCB and there, if maybe you spend 1,000 cedis buying it, I'm sure you'd have gotten more than 1,500 or 2,000. And when you sell the shares, you will get that money.
So the share price, it fluctuates up and down.
It fluctuates up and down. Yes.
And bet me about say I would turn 1,000 cedis, but you say this why in 500.
And that's why we can say we don't use money that has a same to invest. And so when you find patient capital, sika patience, so that
that why I wouldn't say we do mean said I'm fine. Yes,
exactly. Otherwise, because one says shares, like some money time. Because the more time you leave it, the more money you make. Once say MTN be a friend of IPO, initial public offering. That's the first time a listed company on the stock exchange. Wait till I get any price. 70 pesos. 70 pesos. So, into if you bought some then, also turn it this year.
Of course,
cash out. From 70% I call for city 20% so. Yeah. When him said last year, First Atlantic, I think December, November, I forgot the exact date. First Atlantic Bank, they had an IPO. It means that they have now listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. The shares are by cheap. And see, people who didn't hear about MT and Oman Tonnen, this is also your chance to also buy. Yeah. But that's I said that for shares, you're Tonnen without education. Invest more in your education. Because once you understand, wait to me, you can now pick the stocks yourself.
And decide where you want your money to go.
Exactly. Now also when you can be. Because, like I said earlier, you can't close your eyes and drive when you're accident.
But for baby to say T-bill, dear. Over to me, the walk of two where you went because when you say
yes, all things being equal, when you see back.
All things being equal.
Yeah, all things being equal.
Can there be a situation certain things will not be equal when it comes to T-bill?
After T-bill is regarded as the safest investment. Your car investment is supposed to be the safest. T-bills and the account was and T-bills is investment. The only time you had some issues in Ghana, no, it wasn't even about T-bills. That was about bonds. Yeah, so T-bills is regarded as the safest investment. And for beginner investors, which will they say like I said, fixed deposit. That's what who say your money can go down in stocks. When buy fixed deposit and be fine. Then you are good.
And in the situation whereby the money is sitting in a savings account, we say at every month be a bank no ever charge you service charges, remember. Now so who move that money into treasury bill. There's no service, and so you not end up paying service charges. And to move the money into a treasury bill and not any other savings account. Is that what it is?
Investment account.
And what is we maybe say and we seek that account and yashi, but then say me invest here, menya kind of dividends. Kakra also. Say me pay me one cent because me person me seek abeshi. Me possess kind of that account to Musa or the money name. What is the risk?
The risk is that it's the thing about investment. You pay a friend of compound investment, and then a friend of the magic of investment. A human being there, want to mean you your whole life. There are times
body no bread.
Maybe so per se. When you have 5 months, you be a dream of life, but you can't do that. Inti, what will you do? You need to keep your work. You lose out. But you see, the thing about compound investment, we call it the seventh wonder of the world. Is because every month's beer usika eshemono invested over a long period, you can be a millionaire. Some people think that maybe you will be at $1 million. No. By investing 500 cedis or 100 cedis regularly over a period of 20 years at an interest rate of maybe 15 to 20%, you can become a millionaire over that time period. And why would you want to do that to yourself, your children, your great-grandchildren? I'm back here, so you don't even for them, cry for yourself. Why you juma your whole life? You are retiring and you don't have $1 million there. Yeah. You can
why
have
you
that.
Juma, you are what's it then? $1 million.
What you mean, yeah?
Hey.
Yes. If you want to say you started. Hey, wait a minute. Consistent investment over a long period of time with compound interest can get you that money. Maybe if you first say dollars near a high amount, you know 1 million cedis. Each of them will tell you. If person you want to bet me, where's our calculation? Very simple. Bet me I call be AI net type say if I'm investing maybe 500 cedis every month for a period of 20 years with a 10% interest rate, how much will I get? And make a calculation now.
Obi send me a message be and then you answer this question after maybe a phone line so a phone swap beam. Was it I have 20,000 cedis sitting in my account. I want to buy a stock.
Okay.
Which stock will you advise me to buy as an expert?
Okay. And say when you are buying stock and it's your first time out of stocker, before you buy, like I said, get the right information. Because information investment is worth more than the amount you have been putting in. Otherwise, you will lose all your money. Now, as a first timer buying stocks, maybe you don't know the right stocks to pick. So you can start with the equity mutual funds. So the equity mutual funds are, like I said, they have companies that have equity mutual funds. They have picked the stocks in a basket. So they have stocks of different sectors, telecommunication stock, food and beverage stocks, different sectors are in a pool of stocks. You go there, you buy those stocks. Those ones are safer for new beginners. But if you feel like you know have all the knowledge and you are very comfortable, but if you have the knowledge, you will not send this message, because if you had all the energy the stocks to pick, you will not. So as a beginner, start with equity mutual funds. That way you can safeguard your investments more. You reduce your risk. Picking individual stocks is what experts do, but for those who are beginners, you start with equity mutual funds to reduce your risk. There will be a friend in ETFs, exchange traded funds. Now, exchange traded funds are also a pool of stocks. Those ones you find them in the US stock market. So we have something we call VOO. VOO, if you go, anybody that has the apps you can use to buy the stocks, if you search for VOO, you see them there. They invest in what you call the S&P 500. That's 500 of the largest companies in the US stock market. The companies that we all know, the ones I mentioned, Netflix, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, Tesla, all those companies, they are in that basket. When you buy that stocks, you get all the stocks of all these companies. So they are also safer. So if you are looking for safety, start with either ETFs or equity mutual funds. But if you feel like now you have finished drinking milk and you want to go to bones, you want to can chew meat and bones, then pick individual stocks.
I mean, phone lines now also a question be an to me ebisa when it comes to issues relating to investing, especially in the money market. Also, your friends, paper
assets.
Paper asset, Nti I don't know yet paper asset and yes be a kwa invest physical as me de kwa share watch him me de kwa share be a obi tomore me de kwa shim. But in this place paper asset edwuma no unko bi wotina wo fie wo de usika ma ne so mfanye edwuma ma afeso a o se mfaso a menya mfaso ntiji kakra na di ana se afi menya mfaso bi anti yenhwe next year na afi yahwe obetumi afre 059 4597593 059 4597593 and that's 059 44 75748 059 44 75748. But for also fixed deposit, we explain in the one the risks associated with fixed deposit and the benefit that it can accrue.
Okay, fixed deposits, like I was saying, it's a type of investment. You walk to your bank. Almost all commercial banks, will be you tell them that we'll personally investment for a period. Maybe so I'll say they usually have 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and a year. Sometimes some of them even have 9 months. So tell them so okay, person made sika way etumu.
Fixed deposit ni ye sika odi ko to a untumi nkonko yi until that time.
Until you find fixed. Until the period is up, no. Untumi nko yi. Upese ukoyi a some banks will allow you, but when you penalty also. Penalty means that we lose this can maybe so percent maybe if interest number was maybe 5,000 or better so as a penalty for removing it before the time. That is how fixed deposit. But some will not even agree. See, at the end of the period, you get your capital plus your profits that they told you were going to get in the beginning. That is how fixed deposit in here.
Okay. Until the fixed deposit, comparing the fixed deposit with treasury bill, the margin of profit, at saying the end was not the end of
it varies from bank to
bank.
Bank to bank. I think they vary. Bank BR one idea. That's the thing.
But I know it doesn't come with any risks.
The risk is also low, so it's good for beginners. But typically, there are some banks that the rates that are very close. Maybe if back here 18, my back here 17. But the difference is say fixed deposit, if you want to, you can negotiate with them to get a higher interest. I know the way that's the advantage of fixed deposit. But that one I say we can you do.
Okay.
We can you do. I wait to catch on say we pay this interest rate because maybe that is too high. No man negotiate here and come to.
So with the fixed deposit, you are able to negotiate on the percentage you
want.
You
drew thousands is the amount for you.
Okay.
It says you can you drew.
Okay.
Then that one they will do that.
So maybe okay 100,000 or 200,000, but we are negotiating. And
the depending bank or bank most you can they say 100,000 they come out. But if you go to a bank and tell them that I want this interest rate, typically they are able to do something if your money is quite heavy.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
Yes, morning.
This is Samuel.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, but your person me. I don't know if it's an inquiry or something. I think last 10 years or so.
10 years.
If it's not 10 years, it's probably 8 years. I did this investment with Data Bank. That's Act Fund and Money Fund. So it came to a point whereby the Akufo-Addo's government dissolved the bank. It affected Data Bank, right? So I went there to verify what was going on and whatever. They told me there's an issue going on with like blah blah blah. They gave me stories and whatever it is. So later, when the issues was resolved, I went there back and I think I went there to ask if the issues have been resolved, and they said yes. And after that time, the investment that I did has been matured that I can withdraw the money. So I went there to withdraw the money and they were giving me excuses. Like I can't withdraw the money due to what happened. But this is a case whereby the money is my money. You can't tell me when I should come for the money, right? And the money too, it's not I think the act founder me, I did 9,000. The money found in some year so may 10,000. So I want to know how can I retrieve the money, because they are giving me excuses and they keep on sending me messages. How do I what procedures should I follow to get back my money, because it's some way.
Okay, thank you. I think that it fits into the first one also also yeah need the Ecobank. After that no cobra za the massa no man to me see within the financial space.
So the first caller now Ecobank
yes,
and Data Bank is the same issue they see. It was around the time your friend the domestic debt exchange program, and the government now borrowed Sika to the extent that they couldn't pay the lenders of the money, and see they had to find ways and means to reduce their costs or the amount of money they have borrowed, and so it brought a lot of negative repercussions on the economy. Some music our Data Bank, like how the second caller was explaining. Yes, and so I understand how it feels and how painful it is to to baby when you want to go and draw it and a year and same P. And see, around that time, you see the funny part is say this particular thing it affected those whose monies were invested into bonds primarily. Just that I'm saying that initially we can say also make some comments be say you don't have time, it's only time to manage your money, which one be then I say just come out or be managing my own. Even if the people have all the knowledge and have they say they have the expertise, so you have to still be following up what is going on with your money. In Tiana, I always say, or I've been saying throughout the show, that the most important investment to do first is education for yourself. Because all that time while that was happening, those who put their money in treasury bills, those who put their money in stocks, they didn't lose their money. That's the interesting part of what happened during that period. Is those who put their monies in, to the funds they spoke about that they mentioned. I don't want to mention again, but those funds had a percentage of their money being used to buy government bonds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In TCCI, if you want to invest, if any investment company comes to you and says that, internal, that's why I didn't want to mention names of investment company, because if you understand how to check it out, you will not have your problem.
Okay.
When investment comes to you and say, "Oh, I have this investment package, I can give you 10% interest or 20% interest." That's what someone say, "What are you using your? What are you putting the money into?" So that is what to let you know, say, it is a good idea or not a good idea. Even if it's a company, a reputable company like what they mentioned, they have what they call portfolio. Every fund, the member funds there, they have different names. They will so about different names, but in the end, it's not the name in here. What are they putting their money into? What they put their money into is what is going to tell you, say, them. And by law, they are supposed to show you. Ubi Sama, Elsika, demand that they show you. They don't show it. You don't put your money
Until
there.
this person's second caller, need you know, not just or this and some kind of sika, you know. As I
share, he has to go. You should go to their headquarters. We start dealing with their bank headquarters, no, and let them know that, because there are people that were able to get their monies even though it reduced. I thought by now majority should have got it, but if you have not got it, you should go to the headquarters and follow it up. I shouldn't leave it like that for them, because there are some people that have got their haircuts now. Okay, some people they lost some amount. I think the first caller said lose 800.
Yes.
Some also lost. The way guy in our cast, I'm just saying don't lose up. But you should have even be able to withdraw some of the money.
My main for we name me last.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Boss. Well, sorry for interrupting. Like, my channel now off more way no. Station way no.
Una now say una EcoBank there no.
Yes, please.
Okay. Enti any jinaso na afi on chire mu na tie ni.
Pacho.
Enti on na talking about the EcoBank issue no.
Okay. I was saying that investment be you need to talk the fund managers. That's a company, the investment banks or the fund managers. Let them give you their portfolio. That will tell you where your money is. And to follow up, you have to. Those who put money in the banks and are having this problem, you have to follow up. If you go to the bank branches and they are ignoring you, go to the headquarters, escalate the issue. Right? If after all that they are still ignoring you, take it to the regulator, the Securities and Exchange Commission. Yes, they are very proactive. Once you take an issue to them, they resolve it for you. So escalate it to the highest place. You will get, maybe if you don't even get all your money back, you should get your capital.
And I fixed deposit in there was say fixed deposit, but we do bank. So with your bank, you can just go there and tell them, say you want a fixed deposit. But we can no they say be 1 million cedis, and you can negotiate the percentage rate with the bank. So okay, I want 10%, 20%, maybe for the duration of a year or two, or maybe 6 months or 3 months.
Yeah.
And to negotiate in that direction to be able to get, But he then also explained, say, with the EcoBank, Duduana no more investment, and Duduana the vehicle to government bonds near the other. The time now haircuts and a buy, it's also affected the investment companies. It is the reason why Mududuana no Musika no yen to me and Tiamo. Ono Krakan was it on the data are
okay. Okay.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Most welcome.
But on my channel on the number no.
88.3 why?
88. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Joshua, my emphasis, me time no call. But with this, I know there are so many people with this problem. After haircuts near the idea, people also fear having going into another, investment, and others who also will to have the knowledge so far as investment is concerned. Maybe what to me a brim. How can you help this person?
And we have a stock market investment class.
Okay.
No, quarterly.
Okay.
It takes place for 2 days. Until at the end of the 2 days, you got this investment. It's about knowledge. If you have the knowledge, certain mistakes are only you. Until you need to arm yourself with the knowledge. The knowledge is more important than knowing, say, make a choice to buy this or buy this. Because if you know it yourself, you can choose which one to buy. You know when to withdraw. You know when to buy. You know when to sell. Until anybody who wants to learn how to do it, you can come join our class and also online at the convenience of your home. Join us. We have that interaction. And I say, cool be to say your institution and you want us to come and also give them the knowledge through consultations and also. So what I'll tell you, anybody that your investment, invest in your knowledge this year. If you invest in your knowledge, it will take you far better and also just start buying straight away. Until you can contact us, then we will take you through the process. But for the fear of investment, we are saying you cannot always. Yes, it has happened. US, there have been times in their history. In 2008, they had a financial crisis. But still, you can't say it will be a world driver when you're accident. You don't drive it. No, what you rather do is that you learn what made you get the accident, and then you take steps to prevent the accident from happening again.
Until Obi person or Freo na see how best you can join the class and Obi Freo number best.
Base me reaching here on 054
730
8302.
8302. When offer one Obi Freo because only 70 no. Or Freo no Obi be na fire maybe na onyo no. Until me pacho Fred Joshua it was 054 730 8302 054 730 8302. And JBA to say omo frɛ no even people with same challenge obetumi na di nkomo obetumi aboa wa kyerɛ baby a obetumi akɔ a obetumi resolve we issue ni ade so the be things like this they are happening to may not happen. Knowledge is key. If you don't have knowledge, you don't go into the financial market.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for making time with us.
It's my pleasure.